Sacco and Felix, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFilas.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
I want to talk to Sandra. She's in New Jersey. Maybe you got that joke. You want to talk about mail-in ballots. What do you got to say, Sandra?
Yes. Well, first I want to say you've done a great job tonight. I'm very impressed with you. Yeah, I am. You've been doing this for many hours, and it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I'm drinking my kosher for Passover Coca-Cola. That's what's keeping me going tonight. So go ahead, Sandra.
So, okay, about the mail-in ballots. You know that Donald Trump just wrote an executive order, number 14399. Yes. He signed it saying cheating it's really bad. It's like legendary. It's like out of control. So here's what the order is going to be like. He's going to require that there's going to be a master list, and it's going to have a list of everyone who's supposed to vote on that list. And it's going to be handled by the Department of Homeland Security and the Social Security Administration together. And it's going to prohibit the U.S. Postal Service from sending absentee ballots to those who are not included on these lists. Sounds like a good idea to me.
It does. It does, Sandra. And the thing is, this is going to be challenged in the courts, and I'm not even sure the Supreme Court will uphold President Trump's very lawful and common sense executive order on this. I don't know if the Supreme Court will do it. There's a misconception in America that we have a, quote, conservative majority or conservative Supreme Court. No, we have 6 justices in the court who vote common sense most of the time. There really aren't all of them are not really conservatives. They're just common sense. And we have 3 justices who almost never vote common sense, except in some cases. Luckily, common sense doesn't come into play in a lot of the cases, so there's still a lot of 8-1 and 9-0 decisions on the court. Sometimes common sense isn't a factor. It's just a small piece of minutia that the court knows and just helps to apply it. The courts are going to block this. I don't think that President Trump's executive order is going to be in effect in time or in place for these midterm elections, which is a shame because the only chance that this is going to have to actually become the law is if the Supreme Court does uphold it. And if they did, it would probably be 6-3 or 5-4 if we're lucky. But I don't think it's going to get there in time. Hopefully it will. But they're gonna if President Trump signed an executive order that children should be loved, the Democrats would take that to court too to challenge that, let alone something like this, which is an existential threat to them, especially in a number of states where they're using mail-in ballots and crazy rules about mail-in ballots, like accepting them days after the election is over, accepting them without any signature verification, et cetera, and like they did in 2020, which I maintain was the truth, that many extra ballots were cast. We still had fewer people vote in 2024 than 2020, which makes no sense whatsoever. You're telling me people weren't engaged? Several million Americans who voted in 2020 just decided they didn't care anymore? It's not a logical result. It's not a logical conclusion. So, of course, there was ballot inflation in 2020. And, of course, there's people cheating. How do I know that? Because I understand human nature. Elections are a thing of value. Winning an election has great value in power. And also there's a price tag, too. And that changes. But there's a value in winning an election, which means people will try to steal it. How naive do you have to be in your understanding of human nature not to think that people aren't trying to steal things of value all the time? That doesn't mean you have to be a jerk about things and put 17 locks on every single thing and punch everybody who comes within your item of value. It just means you have to secure it in some way and be prepared to do so. And that's true for your home. It's true for your car. And it should be true for our elections, but it's not. And I don't think that Democrats think that those elections are on the up and up. They know they're not. They know that they're not. And they are using fraud in so many cases. They are encouraging fraud. They are encouraging illegal aliens to vote. They're using things called ballot harvesting, which should never be allowed because that, too, is not a secret ballot. If someone is coming into your neighborhood and helping you fill out a ballot for you and casting it for you, that's not a secret ballot. I learned in 5th grade for all the right reasons that if it isn't a secret ballot, it isn't legitimate.
This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.